What's good, Charlie? It's King Tease. Welcome back to Throughout the Association, and it was all good just a year ago. I guess Chris Paul still has not forgiven James Harden for blowing up his kitchen with that microwave. Now, in a great article written by Vincent Goodwill, he revealed that Chris Paul has demanded a trade from the Rockets, and after Houston lost to Golden State in the second round this year, James Harden demanded that the Rockets make a choice. It's either him or Chris. Now, this has been a continuous story this week. Slowly but surely, we've been finding out that Chris and James' relationship this year has not been the best. According to this article, there was a 2-month stretch this year where they really had no communication at all. And so far this summer, James has yet to return Chris's calls. But also during the year, Chris took issue with James Harden shooting 40 times a night, dribbling 1,000 times a game, shooting 26 free throws a game, etc. With no off-ball action, no ball movement, not playing like an actual basketball team. And he voiced that frustration. While James, on the other hand, he wants to be James Harden. Let me do what I do. Leave me alone. Then there were times throughout the year, allegedly, that while Chris was in the game but James was not, but on his way to come back in the game, Chris would tell D'Antoni, let him sit a little bit more. I got this right now. Now, how true is all this? I'm sure some of it, if not most of it, is true. But exactly how much, only Chris and James and their teammates really know that. But the fact that Chris is demanding a trade, I think that tells us all we need to know. The interesting thing about this situation to me, everything that we suspect, that most of us suspected would go wrong between James and Chris being teammates, it didn't go wrong initially. They were great the first year, but it's all showing itself now. But honestly, I really think this is a very fixable situation, but it sounds like to me this is a team that know they should have been in the finals the last 2 years, and instead of looking in the mirror and coming together, their communication is broken, there's a lack of leadership, and there's a bunch of pointing fingers. If anything, Mike D'Antoni needs to be the one that's leaving, but these are the same issues that's been going on with the Rockets since they traded for James Harden, and the same issues, the same thing that went wrong with Chris Clipper teams. So maybe, just maybe, both of y'all is the issue. Now, as far as the Rockets trading Chris, that man got 3 years, $121 million left on his contract. Good luck with that. Whoever want to trade for that contract, they need to be drug tested immediately. Matter of fact, y'all shouldn't even be answering the Rockets' phone calls. And just a side note, I saw that Minnesota trying to trade Andrew Wiggins. Good luck. But Chris, you might want to get used to Houston because I don't believe your contract is tradable. Just put James in some more State Farm commercials and y'all figure it out. What you guys think about this? And definitely subscribe.